There's a dude clearing squatters in California with a sword. Yeah, the squatter hunter, right? We've talked about that guy before. That guy's a hero. That's the guy that you call and he goes in there and just annoys them till they leave. No, that's not him. Is there another squatter hunter? Oh, this is not the squatter hunter. That is for sure. It is another guy running a similar business model. Sword-Wielding man offers squatter removal services in California.
Removing squatters from properties, and they're doing it by using swords. ASAP squatter
Oh, that's like the
removals,
standard
CEO
protocol for
says
them?
the company has a 95% success rate. Crown 4's Rob Nesbitt reports on how they do it.
It sounds like an intense way to remove a squatter.
But it's also the only way to remove a squatter, given the squatter laws that exist.
With a samurai
I'm always
sword
blown
and
away
scare
by
the
them.
squatters out. But the CEO of the company offering this service says it's more complicated than that.
Diagonals to the side.
James Jacobs has been trained in martial arts for 15 years, showing
The trench coat is fucking awesome. Teleports behind you. Sorry, squatter. That's so hype.
me what's called a trainer blade. It would be illegal to have a real blade in public, but Jacobs started his company, ASAP Squatter Removal, to use real swords to clear squatters from properties. The CEO says surveillance is done first to pre-approve clients and make sure the squatters are illegally on a property. After that's established, a process called breach and clear is done.
Breaching is breaking into the property, and then clearing is actively going through the rooms and making sure there's no active threat.
According to Jacobs,
This is so good.
The
So the squatter hunter I was mentioning, he has a really interesting story. If I remember correctly, his mother was the victim of a squatter, which was like financially ruining, mental health taxing. And what he ended up doing is he basically moved in with that squatter, played loud music, fucking roasted that squatter day in, day out, day in, day out, until he finally got that squatter to leave. And then he recognized just how big of a problem it was, so then he started offering to do it for other people too, where he basically moves in, annoys the squatters until they leave on their own accord, because that's like actually the only way to deal with them in some cases. It is absurd, some of the squatter protections that exist.
To allow his team to go in and remove squatters. And it's not just samurai swords used.
AR-15s, we have M590.
Damn!
He's been in
They come in bringing the sticks.
Squatters for 7 years and says it's a completely legal process. I talked with Cron 4 legal analyst Stephen Clark, who says that might be the case, but that the tactics used to remove someone from a property could lead to a criminal liability.
The samurai sword is a deadly weapon, and if there was a confrontation with a tenant or someone overstaying on the property, and that samurai sword was used to inflict injury, that could result in a criminal prosecution.
Clark recommends going through law enforcement and the court process required to remove someone from the property.
Yeah, I dare you to try. Actually, this is very timely. There is a notable case of a TikToker having just very recently gone through this for over 2 years, I think it was. Atozie, I think, just made a video covering this. If you're ever curious about how out of control squatter laws are, I think it was Atozie that covered it, right? With the squatter? It becomes an extremely expensive, extremely long legal battle if you try and, go through law enforcement and the court system to get a squatter out. Law enforcement's hands are completely tied when it comes to squatters. There is nothing they can do, no matter what, from what I've learned. In some areas, the squatter protection laws are just impregnable.
Jacobs disagrees, saying he's well aware of the risks, which is why he takes precautions to avoid legal battles down the road.
I have a $1 million insurance policy. I have an in-house attorney. Heck, people make wrongful claims against my business all the time just to try and get money.
The cost of removing a squatter from your property using ASAP Squatter Removal starts at $10,000.
No!
Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Rob.
What the fuck?
Cron 4 News.
All right. All right. Calm down there, Tanjiro. 10K for that? I mean, it's cheaper than the alternative, I get that, but I mean, if I remember correctly, Squatter Hunter, I don't think he charges near that. Though it does seem like, going through their website, it seems like depending on the severity of the squatting case, it can be higher. That seems to be the 150 is the consultation, so I guess it just varies based on how bad the squatter problem is. Either way, though, it's probably less than 10K, I would guess. That is steep. But also, in some cases, the only option. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, but Squatter Hunter doesn't dress like Steven Seagal 10K is worth. It's true. The cosplay is cool. I think it's a great service. I legitimately think it's a great service. I just question the price tag. Because I feel like when you are desperate enough to get a squatter off of your property, you're probably already in a position where 10K is going to be a very tough thing to swing. You ever seen that news reporter squatting in a squatter's house to make them leave and it worked? It's called Squatting on the Squatter. That was a great video, yeah. I'm pretty sure we watched that on stream at one point. Yeah, this was a banger. This was like real journalism, by the way. This was very cool. I forgot he was in the bathrobe. Oh, and here's the Squatter Hunter. Flash Shelton. There was that recent Asian Andy series of videos that got popular too. Oh yeah, Asian Andy also just got rid of a squatter. I remember that. That went viral like a year or so ago. You see Splitgate's response to low player numbers. I feel so bad for Splitgate, but they kind of did it to themselves, man. They had such a strong launch, it was such a fun game, and then just bad decision after bad decision. Now people don't play it anymore. Splitgate 2 devs respond to player count concerns as Steam charts show low numbers after Arena Reloaded relaunch. They don't show the full picture. They show one number on one platform at one given moment. They don't show the full picture or what it feels like to actually play, and they definitely don't capture the community that's actively helping shape what Arena Reloaded is becoming, including upcoming content like Arena Royale. Over the past 6 months, we rebuilt Splitgate from the ground up because we believe in the game, our team, and our community. The 1047 team remains committed to delivering the best version of Splitgate to our amazing community. Thank you. Feedback, passion, make better every day. Okay. And that's interesting. I mean, I don't think anyone was saying that because the player count's low, the game isn't fun. It's just people pointing out that it's not as popular as it was, so probably the decision to unlaunch Splitgate 1 to launch Splitgate 2 later, and then unlaunch Splitgate 2 to then drop another version with Arena Reloaded was not optimal. Splitgate 1's still playable. It wasn't for a while, though. I forgot they put Splitgate to be playable again. But they initially unlaunched it, it wasn't playable. Then Splitgate 2. And then I think it was during Splitgate 2's like tumultuous launch that they reopened Splitgate 1, if I remember correctly. Can't recall. I loved the Splitgate. I thought it was great. Make FPS great again really killed the game. I don't think that's what killed the game. It just made them kind of a laughingstock because they made the big statement about like how, you know, FPSs are stale, boring, bland, Splitgate's, you know, doing it all different, and then drop the Battle Royale. Like, that was rough. That did them no favors. To go out there and shit on all the other FPS games and then release a Battle Royale. Like, come on. That wasn't smart. It's like when a radio station says they have nothing but real hard rock and immediately play Imagine Dragons. Actually so fucking true. That's very accurate. I recently ranted about the radio like a month or so ago. I'm not going to do it again, but man, I don't know who is still listening to fucking radio in 2026. They even had Imagine Dragons for the Battle Royale trailer, did they? I don't remember if it was Imagine Dragons in the Battle Royale trailer. Maybe they did. People in cars. People in cars, brother, in what universe? Aux cord, or if you have a more modern vehicle, Bluetooth, and just put on your playlist. The radio is fucking miserable, man. When I had to listen to the radio for, I don't even remember how long it was now. It wasn't that long. They played the same fucking songs over and over again. They played the new Evanescence song literally 3 times in like an hour. It sucks, and then it's predominantly ads. They do like the Power Hour, which is like the only hour of music you get. People with no internet. Well, that's why I said aux cord, man. Up until maybe 2019, 2020, the way I would listen to music in my car is I'd just use the aux cord and plug it into my iPod Touch. That thing didn't even know what internet access was. That didn't even exist when Wi-Fi was conceptualized. And I was still able to easily listen to what I wanted to without having to be subjected to the worst goddamn radio mumbo-jumbo with no music and ads out the wazoo. Do cars even have CD players anymore? Oh, that's a good question. I have no idea. I'm sure some do. Especially people that have older vehicles, they'll still have one, but I don't know if they still make cars with them. For Christmas, my dad got me a big record player. That's been a lot of fun. Buying you the Afterlife record for your collection. Hey, thanks. It's so sweet. I didn't hear it enough when I had the radio on. That's good.